Okay, I'm gonna do a little video here. I was gonna make cat food, but I don't know, people. Do you see how much chicken is in this pot? It was 4 legs per pack at $10 to $12 a pack, depending on the weight of the legs. I ordered a whole lot more chicken than this, okay? And they didn't have it. Yeah, okay, you didn't have it. Yeah, right. So they showed up with 3 freaking packs with 4 legs each, charged me 30 some odd dollars. I'll add it up. It's like $33, $34. For what? For what? These are chicken thighs and legs with back on. And I ordered beef liver. They didn't have that. I guess they had the chicken liver. Apparently I got that. So hold on a minute. Okay, I'm pretty sure I read 4 on the bill, but they only gave me 3. So I was going to call this video, Stupid Cats. Here comes the Karens. Yeah. Because, you know, the cats, the cat food is terrible, what they're making. It's making them smell when they go to the bathroom, and they're not even eating it, or whatever. And anyway, I'm looking up how to make cat food, and I read this long-ass article about raw cat food, and blah, 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 and vitamins, and so I bought the vitamins, and I thought I'd give it a half shot. I don't necessarily want to be feeding the cats completely raw meat, but I also don't like this freaking cat food that they're selling people. And so, you know, looking on YouTube, a couple of videos, whatever, and I mean, these women, like, they're like those monkey mums. You know, they pamper their cats like they're babies or something. Obviously, they don't have other responsibilities, you know, in terms of a family when it comes to, like, $40. Like, what the hell do you get for $40? Nothing. Okay, so anyway, I don't know what day it is. It's Sunday. We're going into a power can here, people. Okay, so I gotta finish up with these cherries, right? So Andre went and got me a few blackberries. I de-seeded a little bit, so we're combining the cherries with the blackberries. And I'm gonna can these tonight, get them out of the way. Because what I did is I went off and I bought more chicken from a different store. I paid $53. So between the $40 and a bit that I spent for, well, $45, $50, we'll just say $50 that I spent with Save On Foods, $45, $50 from with the chicken liver and the chicken legs. Didn't get everything I wanted. Bought a whole bunch of jars, but whatever. We'll just say $45. Anyway, I went to a different store and I managed to find chicken. I think we're going into a chicken shortage here, people. I really do. And if you've been following any kind of news outlet, whether it's mainstream or alternative news, you'd be learning that the ports are backed up again. What is that? More blackberries? Oh, I just de-seeded. I just cleaned. And his guest, one of his guests, was John Ratcliffe, the former director of National Well, it's not about eating. And he started I'm cooking. Why didn't you not give me them then?
I forgot about that.
I don't want too many seeds in this. I don't want to have to start doing that again. That's not enough. I can't do it. So they have to go in the fridge. Go put it in the fridge. I'll dehydrate them with the other. Just put them in the fridge. Okay, don't interrupt me. Anyway, I don't know. Tons and tons and tons and tons of containers are stuck out in the sea, or can't get into the ports, or they're stuck in the ports, or whatever's going on. It's already been, you know, people out here in Canada, my way, are talking about it. And, you know, anyone that's, you know, in the loop, you know, out and about, whatever, talking to people, whoever, you know, the people that work in the ports and the union workers, and it's going to get rough, people. I really do believe it's going to get rough. And, you know, just with my difficulty of putting in orders for chicken and not getting it, I couldn't get what I wanted from Canadian Superstore. I couldn't get what I wanted at a reasonable price, which at $2.99 for chicken legs with backs isn't reasonable, but, you know, I'm going to work towards experimenting with homemade cat food. But if the shit hits the fan, the kids eat first, and then the cats, okay?
Amen. Thank you for that part. Yes, it is
I'm just saying, you know, some people, the Eleanor Gildings, the ones that have lots of money, that they, you know, maybe robbed from their brother and destroyed their life like an Eleanor Gilding did to Uncle John. Well, I could see her running off to the grocery store and buying fresh meat for cats or dog every day, or every, you know, just in terms of feeding them a raw diet and, you know, primo stuff this and primo stuff that. Who cares if you spend $50 a week on cat food and make it yourself if you can afford it? And that's assuming that you can find it for $50. I'm just saying, what I'm saying is some people take it to the extreme. You know, you call a cat stupid and out comes the Karens, right? But yet they, you know, like what? I'm glad you can afford to buy this, and this, and feed it to an animal. Okay, I mean, clearly you got money. Maybe you inherited it in a legitimate way. For all I know, you could have done an Uncle John to somebody and destroyed a whole family while you did it just so that you can say that you can feed your cats a raw diet and afford it. You see, that's the thing, right? Afford it.
On this at all. I just
because, you know, I haven't even started yet, and I'm already getting chewed out with these so-called professionals that know what the fuck they're talking about, because they go in the kitchen, look at somebody else's recipe online, copy it, tweak it a bit, and then call it their own. Yeah, okay, no problem, right? Well, at the end of the day, if the rubber meets the road, before you'd feed that cat that fucking chicken, if there's no chicken to be found and you're a meat eater, you're gonna eat the chicken first and you're gonna give the cat scraps. So, you know, like, catch a clue here. Maybe back in the day when the economy was better and things weren't so messed up with that upside down world that we live in, with Satanism taking the reign and destroying everything in its path, basically, then yeah, I can see it. But outside of that, so okay, anyway, I am going to can chicken tomorrow. It's going to be a big one, without salt, so that if I want to, I can use those jars to make cat food with, whether I combine it with half-cooked raw meat or use all cooked meat or what, I don't know yet, right? Like, they put in vitamins. I went off and bought the freaking vitamins. I even got a new freaking grinder coming in just to grind up fucking bones, whether they're cooked in a can or whether they're cooked raw, right? I can grind up raw chicken bones if I want to now, because I'm not going to use my grinder that I like, right? I don't want to ruin that. And so I bought a grinder specifically to grind up bones. This is where you have to be thrifty, because this cat food that you're buying in the grocery store, it doesn't matter what the brand is. You know, it makes their feces stink, and, you know, they're always hungry, and it goes through them like water, and, you know, and I'm thinking, well, there's got to be a better way. So I, like, Google online. I ended up reading this long-ass freaking article, page after page after page after page after page, about this, you know, individual that promotes raw diet for cats, and, you know, and talks about the different vitamins and the amount and blah and blah and blah, and I'm like, okay, you know, save the page. Now go on YouTube and, you know, Google homemade cat food. And what do I get? I get people, right, promoting what I just read, basically. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe the person that's doing this video is the one that wrote that article. But then I find another YouTuber that's talking about the same, basically, recipe, right? And I'm like, okay, well, these women clearly read the recipe like I just read it, right? Who created it? I don't know. The point is, you know, I got stupid cats running around driving me fucking nuts around this house, right? Because, you know, people I can't see. So, you know, like, little Mo, you know, she bullied herself into the house, and, you know, and she's scaring my other cats. They don't want to come in, and little black Lily, you know, she's so paranoid with Mo being a bully, right? She ended up in a garage the other day. She disappeared for like over a week, and Andre's getting worried, and I'm wondering what's going on, and and he's saying it was 2 weeks. I'm saying it was a week. Anyway, he hears her crying. Just yesterday, he hears her crying. I said, "You hear her crying? Well, you better go find her. It's been too long if you think that's her." He goes, "Yeah, Nana, but I think she's in a garage in the neighbor's house." I said, "Well, you go knock on that door and you ask them to let that cat out, because if it's Lily, right?" So he goes and he gets Lily. He comes back, and I'm telling you, people, that cat was locked up in their garage for over a week, and she's skin and bones. Nothing but bones. She lost so much weight. If he would have left it for a couple of more days without hearing her, sure. Right? She would have died. She would have died in my neighbor's garage. Literally. She's skin and bones. Because she couldn't get out. And I said, "Well, why didn't those people hear her, crying?" So, anyway, you can go away. Anyway, and then little Mo has these kittens. And Mo's, I don't know, she has her ways, right? She's trying to teach him something. She's shitting in my bathtub. And I mean, like, when it's winter time, right? And if the cat's got to go to the bathroom and they're locked in the house, right? Because it's snow outside, whatever. I don't keep litter boxes in my house. Only time I keep litter boxes in my house is when I have kittens, or if a cat gets spayed and it's locked up in my bathroom for a couple of days, it gets a litter box. Other than that, no. So if it goes to the bathroom in the wintertime once in a blue moon, because whatever, I'm okay with that. But little Mo did it. All the little kittens are trying to do it. I'm like, hell, the fucking cats. I'm cleaning fucking cat shit every fucking day on my hands and knees. And then, now little Mo's outside, right? We don't let her in at night. I can't trust her. I have literally opened up that door in the morning. The kittens they barrel out now, right? Mo will walk in. There's a shit down the hall by my bedroom. She literally holds it before when she comes in. So, like, I'm going to spend $420 to fix this stupid cat when I don't even want this stupid cat. Stupid cat! Right? Because this cat's got me on my hands and fucking knees going around cleaning up after her nasty ass. And for what? To bully all my other cats so they get locked up in some garage and can't get out and almost die? Yeah, okay. That's what I mean by stupid cats.
Hurricane Aaron took on 9/11 when it was headed.
I got more important things to do than to be going around cleaning up after a dirty fucking skanky little dirty cat.
As far as I know,
that wants to bully everybody.
Hurricanes, but that did happen on 9/11. And again,
right?
in Maui, you had
hell, her kittens are better than the mother, for crying out loud.
To it. No rain, but hurricane force winds. So
I'm boiling my jars. So in the meantime, I got these kittens. Somebody just wants one, so hopefully they'll take one soon. They're really good kittens. I like them. They got a really good disposition on them. But at the end of the day, it's hard to find home for these things, eh? And I can't stand this cat food from the grocery stores. It doesn't matter what the brand is. And I do lean towards. Let me turn this thing off.
And it's better safe than sorry, and there's no reason to believe that this wasn't an attack when it has all of the characteristics of attack, all of the possibilities of this being an attack. At the very least, we should.
If you got time to make cat food in any capacity, whether it's fully cooked or uncooked or whatever, great. More power to you. Because ultimately I do believe either or is better than what they're getting at the grocery store. And if you go to a vet and they want you to spend, $50 for that bag of food because it's supposed to be better than what's in the grocery store, I mean, yeah, you gotta be an Eleanor Gilding in order to be able to afford something like that, people. I'm not an Eleanor Gilding. I don't go around fucking robbing old people of their money just so that I can be a cat lady sitting up there fucking feeding my cats raw meat every day, spending $300 a month just on meat and organ meats so that I can get up on YouTube and act like I'm the fucking cat queen of the century and I know everything of that, right? You know what I'm saying? When I live in the here and the now and I'm dealing with these stupid fucking nasty dirty cats pissing me off, I'm on my hands and knees every fucking day and I'm getting sick of it and I don't want to spend $420 on a cat that I don't even like. And why she showed up on my doorstep in my garage in the middle of the winter with the fucking snow all over the place, I don't know. But she did. And I've been putting up with her. Like I said, her kittens are better than her. Right? But, so anyway, you know, I'm just trying to be copacetic. You know, if I can put up with Matilda and her babies, the raccoon Matilda, right? If I can put up with her for 13 years and her babies every year, right? You know, busting into this and busting into that and destroying this and destroying that and shitting here and shitting there. Coming into my house, raiding the cat box and just the whole 9 years. I can put up with these cats for a little while anyway. And if I can make something that's, I wouldn't say superior to what they make for those ones that are up there with their mission, whatever their mission is, you know, in terms of they know it all. You know, if I can make it even halfway to that mark where it, you know, it regulates their bowel movement and they're not as hungry because they're getting more quality food, right? I can't be feeding them raw meat so I'm having them running around the house because I've got Amari, right? I can feed them cooked meat. I could maybe once in a while open up a canned jar, right, of chicken legs, for example, and mix that in with something else and half bake beef, half bake some cheap beef, maybe I found on sale or something like that, half bake it, because you can eat medium rare beef and not get, you know, there's not the same kind of pathogens as if it was quote unquote chicken, right, or even pork for that matter. Then yeah, maybe I could, you know, squeeze in some of that once in a while as a treat. But other than that, you know, like, you know, people, before they cut you up for calling a stupid cat, being that they don't walk in your shoes, you know what it feels like being a blind woman, practically on your hands and knees cleaning up after dirty fucking cats all the time? Or clean, you know, Andre having to clean the litter box? Right? And for what? For a cat that we don't even want? Yeah, okay. Right? It's, you know, like, why? You outside all night, you think you'd learn your lesson, but no, as soon as the door's in, I walk away, and you're shitting up down there by the hall. Why? Why? What's the matter with you? Obviously, you got psychological problems. Why you got psychological problems? What's your problem? I don't got time to be fucking around with a stupid cat. With a stupid cat. She's even lucky that I'm even thinking about spending $420 on her stupid ass. Never mind make cat food for her. And her kittens. Right? But after it's all said and done, and of course Andre's going to learn how to do this, right? And yeah, I'll use their base quote-unquote recipe. Whoever discovered the recipe, whoever created, I mean, there's obviously more than one woman using the same recipe, so I doubt it was both women that did it, right? You know, and that's just, right? So I will use the base recipe that I've come across so far, because I already bought the freaking vitamins and fish oil and all this other crap, right? To, try and create something where, one, they're not as hungry all the time. They feel more satisfied. Obviously, getting better food, right? And it's almost equal in terms of cost as if I was buying what I'm buying now, right? I mean, if it goes off on the deep end, fuck no. I'm going back to dry cat food, right? Mickey is like, I don't even know, 13 years old, and she's fine. And but you see, the thing about Mickey though is she catches mice, she eats them. She catches birds, she eats them. Catches rats every now and then, depending on the size of the rat or how hungry she is, she will eat them. So that all keeps her pretty freaking healthy. It really does, right? But not every cat in my house is a mouser, you know. Like little black Lily, I don't think she catches mice and eats them.
She does.
Does she? You've seen her eat a mouse?
Yes. Sky, she's a killing machine.
Huh?
Sky's a killing machine.
Sky is a killing machine?
Yes.
Well, that's good. That's real good. You want cats like that that cruise the yard and catch these
Sky
things.
kills birds and rats.
What's that?
Sky kills birds with nothing like
I don't like the birds killing the birds so much.
yeah.
But the mice and the rats, go for it. Sometimes they eat them, sometimes they don't. So I'm not worried about it, right, in terms of that way. But at the end of the day, as soon as you give them this commercial cat food, oh my God, it goes through them like water. They're never satisfied, and I gotta taste these, make sure. Well, Andre and I, we went through them. They've been sitting in the fridge for a while, so right. Every now and then, you know, I got to make sure there's, because you know how the cherries can get, right? If it starts to go with the mold, it starts to travel through it, and I don't want that. Because they sat in the fridge for a while, because I'm always taking freaking detours here. I ended up getting into that beef and that pork, right? I wanted to know what it felt like. Well, obviously I'm addicted to it because now I just went off and spent $100 on chicken for stupid cats. There's shit in my house. Right? Or in my bathtub. I closed the door now. Keep them outside. And the kittens running in and out. They're good. They've been, actually the kittens have been doing really good. I'm pretty impressed with them. And they've got really good disposition. Yeah. And I don't know what the hell Mo's problem is. Yeah. It's like she's being spiteful or something. It probably is. And putting her scent around. Because she's trying to scare the other cats away. Right? That's what it is too, right? So I'm hoping that maybe if I fix her, you know, because otherwise she's going to the pound. Alright? Those people that wanted to take her, when they wanted to take her, you know, if they would have approached me in a better way, maybe I would have given, you know, or if they said, well, if you can't keep the cat, you know, you can always call and we'll pick it up. And anyway, I ended up calling my neighbor and said, can you ask those people to come get this cat? They're not interested in this cat. They don't want this cat. Well, that's because they already got 1,000 cats, right? Plus they're rescuing other cats. So anyway, I quoted it. It's $420 to get her fixed, shots, the whole 9 yards. It's just, I'm mad at her right now because she's dirty and she's being stupid, and she doesn't know how close she is to being taken to the pound, because I'm not going to put up with it for much longer. I can tell you that right now. But maybe if I fix her, she might calm down, especially if a couple of kittens find a home here soon. But in the meantime, you know, so I'm going to try it. It's, you know, it's a learning exercise with Andre, right? Because once I get all this food stuff put away, you know, we're going to be doing our weekly menus. That's when I'll be doing my smaller shops online, right? I have several stores that I can choose from. And we're going to get into the cookbooks. Right? We're going to use up whatever we got here. And since we're doing that, and Andre loves his Andre loves his cats. Andre can learn how to make cat food. That's what's going to happen. So I'm just getting the prep work done. Right? And I have to be practical though. Right? But I don't appreciate overzealot cult-like people that, you know, want to attack you because you call a cat stupid. Even though you're bending over backwards for them, basically, you know. I tell Andre, I'm too old for this. Who needs it? I don't need it. See, I don't like that one. That's why I do that. If they were fresher, but even then, you gotta be careful, right? And I can't see. But even if you think it looks good, you gotta watch it. So what I'm doing is, I'm doing blackberry and cherry with a little bit of sugar. I'm canning it up. And then that's for, what do you call it? Waffles and pancakes. And bread. I know, it's going to be so good. Yeah. And then tomorrow I'm going to do, it's probably going to take me a couple days to do all this chicken. I don't think I'm going to get it done all in one day. No, I don't think so. But I'll do as much as I'll do the liver for sure. I'm going to can the liver in half pints and just straight up liver. Water, a little bit of water and straight up liver. No salt, nothing. Whether I eat it in a meal or whether I use it for cats. My intention is to use it for cats. But with the way the world is going, you know, it's that backup. We might need it. Right? But for now, I'm kind of getting my little stash for cats. And then chicken legs. And the way I can it, if anyone is a cat lover and thinks that cats are smarter than humans for whatever reason, want to sit up there and cut me up because I'm canning chicken legs and the way I'm going to can it, or chicken backs and the way I'm going to can it and how I'm going to use it when I want to use it. They want to cut me up for that. Well, to hell with you. Because let me tell you something. These people that are like overzealot with their cats, I know how dirty cats can be. Yep. No matter how good they are, I know what cats can do over a period of years. I've had cats forever. I don't even like cats sometimes. The social worker said, "Oh, you love cats." I said, "No, I don't." "Why? You always have cats." I said, "The only reason I have cats is because I've had kids. That's it. If it wasn't for the kids, I wouldn't have had so many damn cats." Nope, that's true. The same thing with Andre. Andre loves cats. So I'm kind of stuck with these cats.
I'm a master of the cats.
Yeah. Yeah, and I didn't ask Mo to move in. She just pushed herself in. You know? So maybe I'll just end this video after this is canned and put this up. And then we'll start fresh with the chicken. You don't like watching this kind of stuff? Don't watch it. Not asking you to. Oh yeah. That Tasty Bonnie. Tamika Johnson Dixon with her New Nations Unity shit. She did it again with her girlfriends. I'm assuming they're all strippers. Yeah, I'm assuming they're all strippers. You know? And the only thing that I can think of when I seen that, because, you know, she's drawing attention to herself with the New Nations Unity crap, right? The only thing that I can think of, on the catwalk, she's the dirt on the floor. Okay? That's exactly what she is. Yeah, she's the dirt on the floor, on the catwalk. When it comes to a strip club. If you notice, the little bitch doesn't talk no more, eh? Why? Why is she not talking? Because she knows she puts her foot in her mouth all the time. Right? Yeah. Anyway. So before I do the chicken, I wanted to get this over with. And then after the chicken, I'm getting into apples, rhubarb, obviously more blackberries. I think I'm going to have to buy the blueberries from a grocery store because I think the farms aren't selling them anymore, but when I'm ready to do that, that's not a problem. Just do that fast. And Andre and I, we like blackberry mixed with blueberry. Oh my God, you don't even know. And it's so good. So good. Okay. So yeah. And I don't even get that many views on YouTube anyway. I'm not marketable. You can't market my channel. No. No, they try and throw on their ads every now and then. Take a chance on it. But at the end of the day, they're just exploiting my family. YouTube, that is. They've been exploiting my family for a long time because they're in partnership with the government. I don't believe YouTube is an independent corporation. I believe that the government owns YouTube. Too many videos have been taken down for all the wrong reasons, right? At conspicuous times, right? You know, I'm being gang stalked by YouTube staff. I get shadow banned, right? You can't say it's because I swear. Now, it's more than that. I talk about real shit. I stand my ground. Yeah. They don't like it, right? Yeah. They'd rather bully cats, bully other cats, even though they themselves don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
How's it going?
As if...
Taking out the seeds?
Yeah, I'm taking out the seeds. And I'm tasting as I'm going to make sure. There was one that was a dud. For the most part, I'm not tasting each and every one, but the ones that are slightly compromised, I'm tasting because even though it looks good, you know.
I just have Willy Wayne on my...
I know. That cat was so lucky. Apparently it was howling so loud that Andre finally heard it. He'd been looking, right, for it and couldn't find it. And I guess it was her last call.
I heard her at night. I was at the front door.
Yeah. And she was quite far away, so she was really howling loud. And her last call. If it would have been left for another day or 2 or 3, she wouldn't have made it. She's so skinny, man, you don't even know. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, those have been boiling for 10 minutes, so now can you take a knife? That's the way I do it. Get a butter knife, and then tap that down.
Tap. How am I supposed to tap it down?
You stick your hand in there, and you tap the,
What number do you want me to get it to?
4. It just has to cool down now. They've been boiling. You have to sterilize the jars before you, when it's stuff like this, if it's not going into a pressure canner, you have to sterilize your jars.
Try not to put
I don't... Just tap it. Did you do it? A butter knife.
No, that next time.
Okay, just come stand over here. There you go. Just tap it. Tap it down. Is it turning? What are you doing?
More bubbles spilt on me.
Here, give it to me.
Ow.
I just wanted you to have the experience. I told you you're going to learn how to can.
I don't like that.
Yeah, well, life is like that, okay? It's not about what you like, right? It's about what you can do to survive and provide for your family. It's anytime you can learn a skill that can produce a result, that's the best thing.
She's a weird cat.
Okay. Okay, so you want to turn this off for me? Because my hands are all... I'll be back.
Sticky.
Okay, so I cut those cherries up. Everything's prep. That's what takes up most of the time. I de-seeded the blackberries that Andre picked for me. And as we go, I'm going to dehydrate these. These are the seeds, right? Obviously, if you get through that little thing. Anyway, dehydrate them and then grind them up. And then as Andre and I get more into smoothies and stuff, you can sprinkle them into your smoothies and you get extra nutrients that way. All right, so we got the blackberries de-seeded. And we got the cherries pitted, washed, right? And then cut up into further smaller little pieces. Okay? Now I'm going to put in, well, technically that's not a lot in there, so I don't even think I'm going to put in a full cup. because I'm not trying to thicken it up too much. I want to keep it kind of saucy, right? Because it's really, really good on pancakes. And I plan on getting into waffle making at some point, right? And whatever else. And then we're going to use that panela, I think it's pronounced panela. The brown sugar. Well, it's not brown sugar, but the sugar that comes from India, from a tree that has the magnesium and other earth elements in it, right? So we're going to do at least a half a cup. All right, and then we're going to stir it around. I haven't even turned on this yet. I have to go change Amari and all that before I start this. Okay, this is only going to get me a few jars. I'm doing half pints. That's good enough. I'm happy with that, right? And then, of course, we'll do more blackberries with something else later. And I'm going to taste that. I may put in another half a cup of the panela just because, right? I'm trying to up the ante in terms of, I guess you could say, nutrients. That's tasting pretty good, honestly. Not as tart as I would like it. Not that I'm looking for something tart, but maybe just right now I am. If I want, I could put in a couple tablespoons of lemon, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to put in a little bit more of this panela, and that's good enough. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this up, and I'm just going to cook it for a while. I'm not bringing it up to a jam. I don't want a jam. I don't want a jelly. I just want a sauce. Because it works out really good. Like, really good. Especially with blackberry and blueberry. Like, you don't even know. It's so, so good. I highly recommend you do it. If you have access and you don't mind the blackberry scratching you up a little bit when you're picking them, the wild ones. Because you want the wild ones, right? Your native blackberries in your neighborhood. Those are the best. So we're just going to warm this up, and bring it to a boil, and then just keep it on a low simmer. Stir it for a bit, and then I'm going to jar it up, and then I'm going to put it in the water bath. I'm going to water bath it for at least 15 minutes, because it's just half pint sized jars, right? And then that's done. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be getting into chicken. I wish I could see better. You know, that's the hardest of all. But it is what it is. This is olive oil with oregano, fresh oregano, or dry. I don't know. I think maybe I dried it. Yeah, from my yard, right? And it's been seeping for... Well, I put it in a jar in June 10th. I remember the date. And I had it underneath my cupboard in the dark. And it says, I mean, technically it shouldn't mold because it's olive oil. So I don't know. I can't distinguish mold. I can't see it. So I don't know if things mold. I don't think so. I just see the leaves. Andre. Andre!
What?
I need your eagle eyes.
Give me a second.
Technically, you're supposed to shake it around every now and then. I haven't been shaking it. I think I'm just seeing flower tops because I can feel it. It's gritty. This is where I'm going to make, you know, right, with beeswax after the fact. This is the oregano. This is the comfrey. Right? Looking good from what I can see. Come on, I gotta get on with life. See, those are just leaves. That's not nothing moldy there. So it's been a while now, right? So it's ready to go soon, right? So that what happens is you strain it, and then you combine it with beeswax and some sort of an essential oil, if you want, right? Andre, quickly, just so that I can, before I close this lid. Come on.
Yes.
You just see leaves, right?
Yes.
No mold. Okay. I know.
Can I get some chips with salsa?
What?
Can I get some chips with salsa?
There is no chips. They're all gone. We ate them all.
You ate them all.
You had them too.
Yeah, I only had one bite.
Okay. No, you did not.
Okay, maybe
Anyway.
I'll have it lunch.
I don't have time for this right now, so I'm just gonna put it back underneath my whatever, out of the dark, out of the light, right? And then hopefully we'll get into this in the next couple of weeks. Okay, that's the first two that I'm gonna start with. I got something else here, but I've been busy. So I'll put that down away, and now we'll get into this. So hold on. Okay, so I've been cooking that for a while. So I put in a cup of sugar, white, and a cup of that panela, okay? And it's very good. Just to, you know, thicken it up. Not that it's going to thicken it up, because I have to cook it for a long time. Anyway, this is my metal bullet. So, because it's metal, it can go in things that are hot.
Do some sort of
right?
blitzkrieg-like maneuver, then they'll just come back around and encircle you from these.
I bought it for,
here.
you know,
But,
for
you know,
Mari,
the Ukrainians insist
but I don't use
that
it very
the
much yet.
offensive hasn't even started yet, believe
right?
it
Or
not.
making
We're
pea
gonna
soup,
talk
or
about
just
it, but
really
it
want
hasn't
to, you know, in a,
started yet.
right?
The Ukrainians did get a win.
Or
They
in a
caught
situation like this.
Colonel, who
Okay.
appears to be in a video.
So
giving
yeah,
positions of his men. So this is
I
a
don't know.
Russian major
I think
colonel.
times are going to get
And
real
this is
tough around
totally
here in
defiance
terms of
Geneva Convention.
access
I
to
should add, this
affordable
Russian
chicken,
major
and
showing the
well, we know
location
beef is
of
off the root,
the
off
Russian
off
soldiers to the Ukrainians.
who knows what,
After
right?
It looks like this is along
But,
the Dnieper
you know,
River,
when
I
you're
would
paying
presume.
$2.99 on sale for
Russians
chicken
are
legs with
happy
thighs
about
and a back on it,
Again,
and you're
it
paying,
was
well,
introduced here
what was
for
it, $11 for four pieces, and you know there's a problem. And when the store isn't delivering what you ordered because they don't have enough quote-unquote stock, well, there you go, eh? Right? I had to go to 3 different grocery stores just to buy freaking chicken. Okay? Right? They're paying for a whole chicken. It's $6.99 a pound. Right?
Sleep deprivation or all sorts of things. So
Yeah.
it's
So I
very
don't know
likely
what's
that
going to
in
happen,
fact
people.
anybody, you know,
So if you can do
POW
stuff like this,
if you're at that high
you
level,
and you can freeze this. You don't have to can it.
in the Arctic,
But
Sergei
it's not that you don't need a canner.
Minister visited
You just
Arctic
need a big pot with a lid on it.
to
and some
check
mason
on
jars.
the, detachment of
And
warfare
honestly,
there.
honestly,
Some people are
if you didn't
suggesting
have
that
mason jars,
we recommend
you could
doing
use
nuclear testing at
You
a
could
place called Novaya
use-
Zemlya in the Arctic. That is up here, okay? This is Novaya Zemlya. This is where around 130 of Russia's nuclear weapons testing tests
you
did
you
occur.
could
And
could. You'd have to do it longer than 15 minutes, but you could can this with lug lids.
Now it's also
Okay?
one of the deployments
That's
for,
nice.
Navy. But
There's already
you know,
crumbs
some
in there.
people are suggesting as a response
Okay?
to what the
But you'd have to boil it first for 10-15 minutes to sterilize the jar.
But maybe
Okay?
now that there
And then
are
you
no
put it in your pot
preventing us from doing nuclear
with
testing, maybe
about
we're
2
gonna
inches of
start
water over the lid.
very likely if
Bring it to a boil, put your lid on, right? Turn it so it's a nice rolling boil. You don't have to have it splashing all over the place. And for a size like that, I'd go 25 minutes, 30 minutes. You're good. I bet you it would seal nice. Okay? Obviously, if it seals, that will go down. Okay? So, even if you can't find mason jars, go buy yourself a few jars of salsa sauce. You get them that size or this size. You could even use pickle jars. As long as they do that, then it indicates when it's down that it's sealed. And you know, right? Okay, because that's what it's going to happen. And people are going to resort to this. You watch and see.
Rice and grain stocks. So this is China's share of global grain stocks.
You watch and see.
Okay, this is what they
So,
have in their coffers.
I turned the heat off for
In
now.
terms of corn, it's pretty much at a record high. This is in 2023, so they've been stockpiling again this year, but it's pretty much at a record high. Some of these are starting to go down. The wheat is starting to go
There
up
we go.
once again, and soybeans also still at record high. So what is China preparing for? Well, they're obviously
Just watch it spits, right?
ongoing chaos in these things. Now, some people are citing
Doing it this way just thickens it up.
as being the primary drivers of what we are seeing right now. The problem with that is that in the last couple years, we've been in a triple dip legacy, okay? And during those years, it's never been drier, it's never been hotter, it's never been everything that you would expect it to be. So obviously there's a greater overall impact, but it's more warm.
What a great little machine. Okay.
Oil
Should be
prices
fine,
poised to
I would
soar
think.
once again as global demand
I
hits
don't
a record high. So global demand for oil.
I just want to thicken it up naturally. So if you break up the cherries, then it's going to thicken, right?
You can pretty much just
And the sugar, that little bit of sugar, I mean, you need more to make it thicker, but I don't want to put too much sugar in it.
energy use, conspicuous consumption, and this is part of the reason why it's called Jevons paradox.
This is better
It's this idea
than pancake syrup that you
even
buy in the
if
store.
we do get better efficiency in terms of the energy we use, we just use more energy.
I'm not saying you can't go off and buy pancake syrup
Tendency of humans.
because you
So
like it from time to
the
time.
cost of the
But when
energy
you
and
can
the
do
cost
stuff
of
like
energy
this and
goes
get
down,
even
the more of it we're
like
gonna
more
use.
nutrients,
So, you know,
this is
even if
what
we
you
were to
do.
say, make gas vehicles more efficient. The idea is, well, if vehicles are more efficient, people would drive more because they would be able to go further on less.
Okay.
If, you know,
I think it's pretty much at a good consistency. And even if you put it in a jar and after you open it,
is better as it was before.
and if you find it's still a little too runny, you know, you can just put it into a pot and add a bit more sugar and boil it down a bit and you're good to go, right?
The thing going on in Nigeria continues.
But
Russia is warning ECOWAS
I think
about
once it cools
the
down,
possible
I think it's going to
of
thicken up
that
quite nice.
crisis. And it appears that Nigeria, there's some mixed opinions on it, but they
And
claim
the blackberry
to be at
and the
least
cherry
ready
blend well
to,
together.
go into Nigeria and reinstate the government there, but of course
I still wanted a little tarty. I don't know why. I'm almost tempted to put in a couple of tablespoons of lemon just to have that tart, but that's okay. I don't
You
need
have
it.
to ask yourself, well, the Russian
now,
ruble may be plummeting.
I'm going to fill up my
What
jars.
does the Russian ruble buy you in Russia?
And-
How much is a liter of gas in Russia? How much national debt does Russia have? How much is food
Put it in a
Russia?
water
How much is
bath.
housing in Russia? The truth is, it's proportionally a lot less
And cook it.
than it is here in the
I don't know
West.
how to get
And
this
we've
off.
gotta factor that in
Oh, here we go.
the equation.
That's
Okay,
just
we got
lovely.
North Korea preparing for war with the South, yada yada yada.
And it comes, like, with a little container that you can
enabling high energy lasers
do
to
whatever.
operate indefinitely without overheating.
I
Some
have
of you have seen
these,
the,
but
laser
I wanted the
weapon
one with
systems
the
that they're
metal
using for,
where I could
missile
actually put it
technology.
into a
I
hot
believe
pot.
Raytheon is one of those companies working on
And that was
Anyways,
hot
one of the
because I had
limitations
just
has
turned off
been
the stove.
The duration that you can use, operate the laser without it overheating. So now apparently they've made a breakthrough. Now probably not the best time to release this type of information
Anyway.
because of all the
Okay,
conspiracy,
so
blah blah blah.
It's
around
been
the
hot
fires
all
in
day.
Hawaii.
It's sweating. I'm
gonna
baking in
comment on
here.
that. It's all-
I can't can at night
We've
like I
global
used to.
access the
Can't
world's
see.
leading historians, with hundreds of documentaries featuring everything from Buddha to the
Okay, so when you fill up your jars with this kind of stuff, it's a 1/4 inch to the rim.
podcasts,
as if I'm going to be able to see, right, people?
Sign up now for free tickets.
Okay.
Real Royalty fans get 50%
But
off.
we'll give it our best shot.
Just be sure to use code REALROYALTY.
Yeah.
to check it out.
The more you can use metal utensils when you're dealing with really hot, especially grease. Oh yeah, you do that, okay? If you don't have it, you better buy it.
Louise brought up in a
Because we don't know what's not going to be coming in through the port here pretty soon.
seemed to have
I don't know, everything looks like it's normal when you go out shopping oftentimes, depending on your location.
accomplished
But
dancer, and he clearly enjoyed
you need to
greatly
find
taking part in these
you need to find this stuff
performances, which were mainly in front
while
of
you
a
still
full
can.
audience.
Because you might find yourself going out looking for wild blackberries yet. As they're bringing in their stack and pack next generation of slums, they're wiping out a lot of blackberries and that kind of stuff. Definitely all the fruit trees. They'll be starving everybody.
He chose as his role model the Greek god Apollo, represented in classical
I don't think people realize how much of an illusion they live in. It's just one big illusion, trust me. Alright, that's what my videos have shown you. Oh my god, that's like right at the rim. Oh, that might even be overflowing, just barely.
Louis was very interested in the song as a symbol.
Use a spoon to take that out.
It's a very powerful symbol.
Yeah.
It
Well, I didn't expect to get that many jars out of it.
official, but it's also a symbol
Some
of
cherries went to waste over a period of
other elements are
a
supported.
week and a half, almost 2 weeks sitting in the fridge.
These innocent
But when I bought them, they were really, really fresh, so that's okay.
Something seems to be an appropriate title. It was one a piece of propaganda.
Yeah.
When he was young. Like
Not that much,
propaganda, I think it became
but enough to make you happy over the winter. That's for sure. So yeah, these cat ladies,
Laurel's plans for
Joan Duncan, John's wife was a cat lady,
his demanding boss.
and her place was disgusting. She allowed her cat to spray all over the place, piss all over the place, never bothered to clean it up. John couldn't stand it. That's why he moved out.
What we wanted was a building which
Yeah.
had that shock and awe.
I spent 3 weeks at her place
There's
when
absolutely no
he
doubt
came and got me in Alberta,
a building that would be
and I
sensible.
didn't have a house yet, so I stayed at their place.
Model was impressive.
Boy, oh boy, it was nasty. I sat at the kitchen table, and literally my feet stuck to the carpet because it was so sticky of cat urine and whatever. I had to go into the closet and get something, and opened up the closet, and it almost knocked me off my feet. The whole house stunk. Yeah, that's why he wanted to jump off the freaking balcony.
So Louis sent the architect away on his
Yeah, so, you know, you gotta watch those cat ladies. They're not all that they cracked up to be. I bet you not one of them knows how to can anything. Yeah,
Laurel sent back to the drawing board. Louis turned his attention to landscape.
I'd like to see them do the amount of canning that I've done over the years.
Gardens, gardens ornamental lakes and groves, lined with dazzling fountains.
Yeah.
But it looked an awful sight.
I caught little Mo going to the bathroom, trying to get in there. I know exactly what she was trying to do. I put her outside.
region with the sort of trees which Louis wanted to describe.
Yeah.
Louis' chief gardener was the century's most celebrated landscape designer, André Renoir.
And she wanted to go to the bathroom in there.
Challenge of his career.
I think wherever she came from, that must have happened like that. So she thinks
The
it's normal.
Sultan did not want to wait for his earthly paradise, or for his trees to grow
I don't know.
something.
I don't know what I'm going to do with that cat yet. I just want to get her fixed, but I'm afraid to spend that kind of money, and she doesn't change her ways. And then I won't be able to keep her for any length of time if she keeps up with her antics. That's for sure.
contraption which would
Yeah.
allow these mature
I don't
trees
like dirty
to be
cats.
transported on, as you can imagine, these terribly bad roads from other provinces.
Okay, from what I can see,
With major
and of course I had to use a green tea towel, right? As if.
to upgrade the interior of their site.
Anyway, this is empty now.
These are the companies,
It is what it is.
including this one.
Oh my god. You don't even know. This is so good. Look at that. How many jars is that? That's 8. That's not bad. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to wipe the rims and get them in the water bath. Get the water boiling. I'll boil them for 15 minutes. Turn off your water. Don't lift off your lid, right? You have to put a lid on it, right? After you turn off your water, leave the lid on. Let it sit for 5 minutes. And then just kind of crack the lid a little bit so that, you know, don't open and otherwise it will maybe siphon out. You don't want that. And then just let it sit for another 5 minutes. Take off your lid. Give it a few more minutes and gently bring them out, and hopefully everything will be fine. Or you can let them just be right. Hey, you don't have to sterilize these. Although I've seen people on YouTube can, and they take a brand new box that's never been opened, and they open it up there, and then they take them out, and you need to wash them first, okay? This stuff comes out of a factory. There's always factory residue after the fact, okay? You know, as a matter of fact, they use formaldehyde on clothes and whatever, purses and just whatever, just to preserve the fabrics, to preserve the material, right? Well, it's the same state. It's not just those little decadence things to, you know, absorb moisture. Right? So make sure you wash them, right? People soak them. I don't. Right? It's not necessary. And because you're boiling for 15 minutes, it only takes 10 minutes to kill off the bacteria. Right? Technically, I didn't really need to sterilize these jars because they were brand new. But I did it anyway because anytime I do a water bath, I always sterilize the jars. You know, whether I wash them and put them in the oven and leave them in the oven at 250, or whether I boil them. But I don't sterilize the lids. That's unnecessary. If they're used jars, definitely you want to sterilize because there could be food particles in the jar that maybe you missed. So definitely, you know, and that's just for water bath, okay? Not in a pressure canner. You don't have to sterilize jars ever. Just make sure they're clean in a pressure canner, right? But most definitely wash your lids. Yeah.
I don't think she was really jealous of the Queen, because after all, she had everything of Louis's real love, and she knew it. But I think she made scenes...
So yeah, I'll be doing this
as they came along, as the
for
years passed.
a while anyway.
And I think there are some men, possibly Louis and
Not
Mother,
this, but I'm going to do blackberries and blueberries for sure, even if I have to order the blueberries, which it looks like I have to, from a grocery store, which is going to cost me more money, but that's okay. Because I like that sauce. That's a really nice sauce.
Louis kept a close eye on the building works. But one inspection visit brought a nasty surprise. A mother,
Just finger tight.
angry at the death of her son, killed on the site, was waiting for it.
Then, I just used this beautiful pizza pan. Isn't that just nice?
And the king began governing from their side.
As a lid on my pressure canner. And I'll turn up, and when I start to hear it boil,
His permanent home.
that's when you start your 15-minute count.
Come and live there too.
Right? And then now, tomorrow,
Allons. Il est temps de prendre toutes les dispositions pour que Versailles devienne la demeure.
I'm going to get into chicken right away.
There's no question
It's probably going to take me, well, I'm not, I can only handle standing here watching a gauge for so long. My eyes are all bugged out. So one load tomorrow for sure. And then probably the second load on the second day. I don't think I'll do back to back. Right? Because I have to prep it yet. So I'll probably just end this video now. And then start fresh tomorrow with part 2 of Stupid Cats! Out comes the Karens! Yeah! Okay, next day. Starting on that chicken. Right? One of those kittens found a home. So, just have to wait. They're gonna come pick them up. In the meantime, I'm happy with that. It's so good.